What is up, fam? Today I'm going to be showing you how I normally make my videos. Just something to keep in mind, I pretty much have everything thrown together, so basically everything's just duct taped together. This is my own personal preference as far as where I keep my videos, how everything's laid out. So as far as I know, there isn't any specific way to keep your Adobe Premiere or any of your video editing software layout. I don't think there's any specific way to do it. This is just my own personal preference. So let's dive in. So I'm just gonna show you guys from start to finish what I do. So I'm gonna open up Adobe Premiere Pro CS6. I already have the project already saved here, but just to show you guys what I do, I'm gonna open project, new project. Now, I don't mess with any of this stuff. The only thing I mess with is I pick a location. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick, and just to keep in mind, I already have all my folders in a specific way. So specifically with this video, it's under the summer shredding challenge I'm doing. And I have all the days from 1 to 42, which is today's video. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, do select folder, okay, and then I just title it day 42, hit okay, blah blah blah, yeah, it's fine. And then I also don't mess with any of this stuff because I never figured out how to do any of this. It didn't really work the way I did it, so I just kept it, I think, to default. This is pretty much all default, so I don't mess with any of this stuff, blah blah, I just leave it like that. And then I do sequence name, I do just the same as the project name, so day 42, hit okay. Okay, so this is my layout. So up here is where my source files go. So anytime I want to preview a video before putting it in my timeline, I have it up here. Effects controls up here, any audio mixing, I don't really mess with that much. Down here is where all my source files go. So basically what I'm going to show you is how I specifically drop files, video files and audio files into this little corner right here. My timeline's right here, audio, gain, all that stuff is right here, and this is where the final project will show. And I also have this for, I don't know, I honestly don't know why I have this here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a new bin. I don't bother naming it. And what I do is I add each individual file one at a time into the bin, because when I used to do all the files together and just copy them all at the same time, they would always get, you know, lost and bunched up. So I haven't figured out a way to do that, so I just do it one by one. So all my video files are in here. So what I like to do is I open this up. Once again, I don't really use that. Make this a little bit smaller. So with today's video, I'm doing kind of like a French short film Sundance Festival type thing. I'm trying to make it kind of sad. I'm trying to make it kind of funny, but I'm also kind of making it a little bit sad because the premise is just kind of bizarre, honestly. All I did was shave my beard. That's the only thing that happened in this video, but I made it very dramatic. I made it very sad. I filmed it in a way that would actually bring an emotional connection to my beard. It's crazy, I know, but I'm going to show you the finished product, and hopefully it portrays kind of what I endeavored to do. So I'm going to be chopping this up a lot. I'm not going to show you every single second of my editing, but I'm just going to kind of show you the key points and just go from there. So before I make any video, I usually like to find the music first. So SoundCloud is usually my go-to. Unless I'm doing something specific, then I'll just grab a YouTube track or something if I'm using only a few seconds of it. But for this specific video, I am just going to do a pretty popular song. I'm going to do this one. I'm gonna have that just go throughout the entire video. So the way I'm gonna set it up is I'm going to copy this. What I do with SoundCloud is I go to this website, it's scdownloader.net. I already have the link copied and I'm gonna paste it, download link, and then it pops up right down here. So once that's finished, I'm going to just go ahead and drag the file over to Adobe Premiere, and I'm just going to do it directly from the browser. So grab that, go to Adobe, and I just kind of throw it in there. It doesn't really matter to me. One little note, and it kind of refers back to when you first open a project, I don't mess with any settings. So when I drag a file to the timeline, it says clip mismatch warning. This clip does not match the sequence settings. Change sequence settings and match the clip settings. I never ever figured this out, and I at this point really don't care to ask any questions. So I just have always ask, and I just do change sequence settings, because normally when you don't do that, the video is shrunken to a resolution that I don't like and is not meant for what I'm trying to do. So now that the video is primed for a YouTube video, I am going to start editing. So once again, in the timeline, it'll show what the actual video is going to look like. So this is what the finished video would look like if I just played it. Like I said, I know other people have stuff just all over the place. This is kind of, I think I messed with it a little bit, but I think this is pretty much just factory settings as far as layout goes. So for the beginning of my video, the first clip is going to be just the grass waving in the wind. And now I'm going to go to effects down here, and actually this entire video is going to be black and white. So I'm going to look up black, and here it is, image control, and I just drag it onto each file. If you notice, I only do one video at a time, so I don't throw all the videos in here. I know some people do. I hate doing that, because if I mess up even a little bit and I can't backtrack, then I am screwed and I wasted a ton of time. The first thing I'm going to do, there's going to be no sound to this video other than just the music, so I want to get rid of this audio track. So I'm going to unlink, I'm going to right click again, I'm just going to cut the audio. Now, an easier way to do this is if you just want just the video portion of the file, you can hit this little drag and drop, and it will only bring the video down to the timeline, no audio. I'm just going to cut this up a little bit, cut, we'll delete. I'm only going to have a few seconds of it, but this is going to fade in, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So once again, I just want to remind everybody, I am not a professional, so a lot of this stuff, like I said, is very haphazardly. So what I want in this video is I want these first 10-11 seconds to fade in. So I'm going to go up here, okay, so I click on the file, I go up here, I go right here, effects control. Okay, so I want the opacity to go from 0 to 100% in this file. So I'm going to do a keyframe. I'm going to set it at 0. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the end. Alright, so I went to the very end. I did another keyframe at the very end. I go from the beginning of the video and I play it. You'll notice the opacity goes up, 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 up. So the first keyframe is 0%, the last keyframe is 100%. So that is going to be my intro right there. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some text to it. But to do that, I go to title up at the top left corner, new title, default still, whatever, don't care about the name. And I'm just going to write into it. Okay, so once I got all my text finished, so it's produced and directed by Jacob Franker, that is I, filmographer, Garrett A. Wall. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag and drop right there. So that is what the text will look like, but I don't want it to just be at 100% opacity the entire time. So what I'm going to do, I think this will work. I think this will work. So I'm going to copy the file down here, the one with the opacity going up above. I'm going to paste attributes. Oh baby, it worked. So if I start from the beginning of the video, this is what's going to look like. Both tracks will fade in. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, I am making this somewhat seriously, but also in the fashion that we typically would make our videos, which is kind of satirical or humorous or funny or stupid, depending on who you are. So I'm going to call the video, please drag, okay, I'm going to call the video Au revoir, Barb, I think, Barbell, I don't know.
Au revoir, Barb.
Au revoir, Barb. That's what it's going to be. So I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm doing this as kind of like a French film, you know, French feel, French Sundance Festival, very sad, you know, love of your life video. So I'm going to have this title card go, and for only about 2 seconds I'm going to have nothing, and then I'm going to post the title of the video right in this little file. So once again, I'm going to do another title, new title, default still, okay, and I'm going to name this paste au revoir Barbell. Excuse my French. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So here's the text size right up here, so I just kind of drag. Alright, this is the font that I typically like to use, and sometimes I'll do this outer strokes thing right down here to kind of add, but I don't know if I like that, so I'm going to go down to history right down there, and you know what, I'm going to, no, I went in the middle of the video, so I'm gonna actually just make it a little bit bigger, center it, let's try that. So drag and drop right here, press the key to bring it back. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so I got pretty much my first 15 seconds of the video done. That's basically what I'm going to do for the rest of this video. So I'm going to work a little bit, and I'm going to check back with you guys in literally a millisecond. So it took me about the average time I usually take to make a video. This one wasn't anything special in particular. I just had to slow down a lot of video and cut together some parts that I wanted in a specific order. But nothing too major. If you notice, I created a new bin and I just did used. So it kind of helps me clean it up a little bit. So once I get done using a file, I'll just move it to a used bin, so it's kind of out of the way. And if I need to go back and grab a little section of it, whatever, I can go into the used and just drag it right into my timeline. Other than that, I don't really mess with it. All in all, nothing super unique about this video. I mean, I just did mostly in black and white. I changed a lot of speed, but I had fun. I liked making this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and export. I'll show you how to export. So what I do, I just go to File up at the top left. I go to Export, Media, and pretty much with the presets, I don't mess with it. I usually go to Format, and I'll go to H.264. I'll click on that, and usually it has it already set for me, but I personally do 720p. I know I know a lot of people may not like that, but my internet is trash, and it's really hard to upload 1080p videos. Plus, our camera really doesn't do anything special, so you probably wouldn't really notice if it's 1080p or 720p. So I do the 720p, 29.97 frames per second. I always change the output name, so it's pretty much all set up. I think I already set this up before. So it's going to go into my summer shredding, day 42. I'll save that and export video, export audio. All this is already set. And I always make sure to look over here, just because sometimes I've seen it shortened and it would only export like a certain part of the video. So make sure that this is all the way over to the left and this is all the way over to the right. And we are going to export, and it's probably going to take about 10 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you a little bit, and also just to gain some insight into how I make videos personally. Once again, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe for more of our videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow.